What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I woke up and I was like, man, I want to go to the junkyard. It's been a cool minute, and honestly I haven't really seen much in the inventory as far as the notification goes, but I want to see what's in the yard. I'm up a little early than usual, and we're currently on our way to the junkyard, so we'll see you guys there. I drove my CRX and I went to the further yard. This is the first time that I've seen these rows empty up in the front. I've been here so many years and it's always been full. But I'm just gonna walk the input row, not here for anything specifically, just gonna see what's in here really. This is the very first row of the imports. Here's one EK on 5-speed as well too. Let's see how many EKs are in this yard, because this is like the last model of the golden era. EGs, Integras, EF, DAs. They're literally becoming harder to find in the yards, or at least local to me. It's a 4-door. Here's a EG 4-door. Decent. But there's an EF sedan here as well too. I remember when this thing came in, and it is completely stripped. So what I find very odd is, well, not really odd, but this color is usually an 88, 89, and you can tell also by the bumper with the little pinstripe indentation. But this car has 90, 91 taillights. And also 90, 91 front bumper. Doesn't have the indentation on it. Stripped. Talk about old inventory. A lot of these cars don't even have engines, and there's stuff all over the floor. Here's another EK, or 4-door. What is that, 3 or 4? Most of these cars don't even have a front end anymore. You can't even tell what it is. I remember when this car came in. So the seat in the KRX came out of this car right here. Oh, Y49. This has actually been here for months. Complete car, little front end collision, and completely stripped. If you guys don't know, my KRX mirrors are cracked, and here's the driver's side. Lethal threat. This looks like an OEM clutch cable, and looks brand new-ish. And I need this for my brother's car. Perfect. EK. This might be the first time I've seen an automatic motor mount. Looks weird. You guys have no idea how many Honda Accords and Camrys I've walked past. Here's another EK. I don't know, we're at 6 or 7 pair of Camrys. I'm really just plowing through the yard because I do want to hit the yard near my house on the way back. So I'm really just getting an eye on what this yard has. Is that a hatch? Looks like an EF hatch. SI sunroof. Oh, dang. Sunroof still here. You have a pair of Integra clusters. One's automatic, one's a manual. Just chilling. This is odd. There's a bunch of cars missing right here in the row. I see an Integra bumper. The long blocks right here. Crank's gone. I actually need a crank too, but I don't need it right now. Maybe one of these days I'll come back and yank one out. The Integra. I do see a lot of EKs and Accords on this side. This is also the import row. Ooh, empty rows. Ooh. Except I'm not going to stick around. These are new rows right here. Orange marking on the floor. Oh man, if this was SI. Woo. Woo. I didn't bring the tools to pull anything today. Just the basic stuff. These right here are also import. This row wasn't added too long ago, so I guess more inventory on the import, but a bunch of Honda Accords. These are also new row. Huh, all caps still here. Huh. I'm not gesturing anything with an EK. I'm just car counting. So this is the end of the import row. Right here, you see the fence. And there's a DA Integra. These are also new rows. Got the orange marking here on the floor. I don't know if I got a notification for this car, but it's a coupe. Not shabby. Not shabby. Not shabby at all. This would be a nice candidate for a crank, but honestly I don't want to do the work. The DA has that cross brace and it's factory. It's got a bunch of shit in the way, but it's weird that this section is clean but the rest of it is super gunked up. And there's an RSX right here too. Honestly, I haven't really kept an eye on the inventory at all, but it's got coilovers sticking out. What are these? Skunk 2s? No idea. Huh. A lot of the cars that were up front are in the yard. That's probably like the 10th or 11th one that I have seen here. But base model, water pump housing, no oil cooler. Very tempted. I used my last one. Over here we got the EG coupe, all stripped. Yikes. Even more yikes. My bad, guys. Got an OG Legend. I don't remember the last time I see one of these Skylines in here. Prelude. I know. Static, when are you gonna build a Prelude? Probably not in a long time. And if I did, it'll be this year. Here's another Integra. Yikes. Lowering springs. Not shabby. Not shabby. Probably where the cluster came from. I find it weird that these have taillights, and then inside the car there's more of them. I don't think I'm gonna walk this side right here. It looks like a bunch of old inventory. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay for this cable and then hit the other yard. So I paid $48.99 for the mirror and the clutch cable. The clutch cable is brand new OEM, because I was looking at it earlier, which has a part number on it, so that's cool. Looks like a lot of rows are being taken out. I don't know if they're filling today, but let's see what's here. I just entirely walked the SV side, not one CRV. I'm at the very end, so I guess we're gonna start here. At least it's not as messy as the other yard. So far, newer Civics and Accords. Get a Prelude. Actually, this is old inventory. I see DB1 Integra. I don't remember the last time I was in this yard, to be honest. Looks like they are filling up cars or removing over there. This is a new row. Orange marking on the floor. Nothing. It's an Integra 5-speed. What the heck? So far, the first new row, nothing that catches my eyes. Insight. RSX. Automatic. 0506. This has been very popular, the case swap that I've seen recently. Honda Fits. I'm literally like more than halfway down, going back already. A couple of EKs. Look at this one. Super nice color. Stripped. Extended wheel studs. No frame mount. This car was case swapped because you can see these bolts for the EGs. You bolt it straight through the frame rail right here. Interesting. Looks like it had a no-cut shifter box where you have the bracket that sits underneath the tunnel, and then the shift box sits lower so you can run your center console. I have these same fenders at home for my CRX. I rocked it for a little while and then I took it off because it was white. This yard was so dry. There was 2 Integras, or DC Integras. One, a group of people was working on it. The other one, broken transmission. DB1 Integra, mainly stock, nothing fancy in there. Bunch of EKs, Camrys, Accords, and a whole bunch of other make and models. So I just kind of plowed through this one really quickly. You know, just figured I'd stop by it since it is on the way home. So not sure what we're going to get into when we get back, but I know for sure I need to replace this because it is really hard to see the blind spots. If this guy wants to run, he'll pull up. If he doesn't, he's gonna take off. Bet. Oh, he kept the light. As soon as we got into the freeway, he took off. He took off. Not gonna lie to you guys, I've been home for a little while now, and when I got here, my brother asked me if I could help weld some modification to his bike or scooter bike, whatever this thing is. My brother has been collecting this scooter bike thingamabob, and he's been converting these to e-bikes. And you can see right here, I welded on this post with the seat post, and he's gonna have a seat here where you can sit nice and low. And then this is for the battery and stuff. That's gonna be the e-wheel to turn this into an e-bike. He has a bunch of these in the backyard, and the more I look at this, the more I kind of want one. It looks pretty cool, pretty compact. And this is actually the second or third one that I've welded it for him now. But I've just been sitting here welding this thing up. We're practically done. These are all welded, those are all welded, this is all welded. I just got to hit the bottom side, which not really necessary, but I just got to weld the bottom side, and this one is ready to be reassembled. I mean, aside from some paint and stuff. But what I'm going to do after that, I am going to, I was supposed to drive my brother's car for an alignment, but I think it's already too late in the day. But aside from that, I am going to be swapping out the spark plugs, because at the dyno, we didn't change the spark plugs before hitting the dyno, and Guy threw in some other plugs just to get it by for now, which made 277 horsepower. I got some new 266H right here. I'm going to gap and throw that into the car. And then also from the junkyard, we grabbed the clutch cable, which is this right here, and I'm going to toss this into the blue wagon over there. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish up this mod, and we'll get cracking on the wagons. All right, so what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to take my wheels and tires that we just mounted recently to the storage unit, in case, you know, when I work on all of these cars, I got to install the mirror on this car as well too. I don't want to, you know, get late and then forget to go to the storage, because tomorrow we're going to take off to, we're probably going to go to Bakersfield, which is like 4-hour drive to go race. And I need to get to the storage unit so I can go grab the slicks for the homie Mario. If you guys haven't seen that build series, K24 Turbo EK hatch. He don't have any tires, and I told him, I said, it's not fun if you're going to go to the track on street tires. So I'm going to go grab my slicks before, you know, I lose track of time. It is super hot in here, golly. But anyways, I'm going to back the van up onto the driveway, load up, go to the storage, drop off, and pick up. Yes, sir. All right. Loaded. Man, look at this, guys. Save me. Can't wait to bring this thing home. I have been piling a lot of stuff for this car, so when the build happens, oh, we're not going to waste any time with it. So anyways, I'm going to pull all the wheels and tires out, stack it right there in the back. That's where it's sat. And then I need to grab my slicks, which you guys can see at the very top right there. All right, so got the bow guards in the van, got the shank style lug nuts at home in the boxes, and let's get back home so we can go work on the other cars. First car up, my brother's supercharged K-swap wagon. We're gonna be swapping the plugs out to some new ones right here, part number 2668, but BKR8EIX iridiums. Always recommending use NGK for the Hondas. I mean, if you're a tuner and you think otherwise, I'm not gonna argue with you guys. We're gonna be gapping this down to 26. Now you guys are probably gonna kill me because I'm gonna knock this on my table. Yep, that's how I did it. Y'all can chew me up in the comment section. I've been doing this for the last 15 years. I ain't never had a problem. We have a snug 26, right? Nice and snug. There you go. New plugs going in. Zug. Zug. There we go. Okay, if you guys remember the build series here on my brother's blue wagon, we pulled the entire swap out, we refreshed all of the seals, cleaned it and everything, and then we also installed a new B16 trans along with a brand new comp clutch, like a stage 1 replacement clutch. And the clutch cable has been super loosened up. Car has a hard time going to gear. The clutch cable has been super tightened up, still won't go into gear. I have it in the middle, still wouldn't go into gear. And if you step on the pedal like all the way to the floor, like your foot's about to go through the firewall like Fred Flintstone, then it would go into gear. And it would go into 125, but reverse would be extra hard. You would have to like literally go into every single gear like 20,000 times before reverse actually opens up. I'm not sure if the clutch cable is stretched or not. It is the original one. It is all crusty and broken right there. So with this one, we're going to swap out with the one that we got from the junkyard, which is over there, and see if that'll fix whatever's going on with this clutch setup. So I took off the battery and the trays and everything to make it easier to get to the cable right here, and literally just unbolt this knob. You literally just back up this knob right here, pull the cable lever all the way up, and then slip the bottom out of the lever. And then on the inside of the car, it's a hook style on top of the clutch pedal right here. Just unhook that. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this off real quick. I'm very curious on the difference here. Never took notice all of these years before, but if you look, this one came out of the wagon. This one is the one I got from the junkyard with the marking right there. So if you look, this sleeve is a little bit longer. Going all the way down, you can see the difference in length right there. Going all the way down, the one in the junkyard seems to be longer, because if you look at the knob maxed out, the one in the junkyard is further. And then you can see this is also further about an inch. Curious, very curious. But this is OE, and it is brand newish compared to the original one. So crossing fingers this will fix it. So let's go ahead and throw this back into the car. I made a ton of adjustments, and I will say that swapping the cables out didn't fix the issue. All I did was tighten up the cable a lot more. I had to literally back out the bracket with the 212 mil right there. I backed it out to be able to tighten up a little bit more, and then I shot the bolts back down, which then pulled the lever up just a little bit. I'm hoping that it's not pulling it like too much where it's gonna ride the clutch out, you know what I mean? And now it goes into gear finally without grinding. Check it out. Clutch right, actually all the way down. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Reverse was grinding super bad. Smoothish butter. I will say one thing though, do not lift your car up with spherical rear trailing arm bushings. It makes a lot of noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Every time I do a left or right turn. I'm probably gonna have to switch it back to some urethane bushings. Well, not back to urethane bushing. This one had the original bushings that were shot, and then my brother wanted me to do spherical. But I'm gonna switch it back over to rubber so it doesn't do all that crazy noise back there. Third and last car, guys, KRX. We need to swap the freaking mirror because mine's broken. You can just pop this backing plate off, and then it's supposed to slide off the arm. right? Slides off this little arm right here. Honestly, I could have just done this on the car, but it's the first time I'm really doing this, so whatever works. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, you can tilt the glass to fit a screwdriver in here, and then that'll loosen up this mount that's clamping the ball right here, instead of doing what I just did. But now I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip this tab back on. Okay, something like this, and then now knowing that there's a freaking hole right here. Wow, I guess we're learning all of this as we go, guys, as we freaking go. It's freaking awesome to know, actually. All right, we have a mirror again. That's freaking awesome. Not gonna lie to you guys, man, I fell asleep on my chair a little bit here, but I hope you guys enjoyed the junkyard video. I haven't been to the yard in a little while, and today it just reminded me why I don't go anymore. I normally get notification for row 52 to email me specific cars. You can create an account, you can go and select like make, model, and year span, and then select like notification through email or whatever your choice is. And normally I go when I get the email of a car that I'm looking for, and you know, go nitpick it or check it out or whatever. But I haven't seen anything like worth checking out as of late. But I figured just go to the junkyard, since that's what my brain was telling me when I woke up this morning. So we did just that, and we scored a clutch cable that didn't fix my brother's car, but we now have a spare clutch cable. So we got back here, we worked on my brother's car a little bit, we worked on my brother's other car a little bit, the brown and the blue wagon, and we also fixed the mirror on the KRX. Now I can finally drive and see my blind spots instead of having a blind spot on my mirror to hide my blind spots. But yeah, anyways guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. I got a lot of prep to do with my sedan because tomorrow is IFO Bakersfield, and I think I'm just gonna suck it up and drive my car. My buddy had been called into work, so he can't trailer me this time around, so I got to do a lot of preparation to make sure my car is ready for the road. The furthest I've driven is 30 miles and 30 miles back. This right here, Bakersfield, is about 3.5 hours for me. I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening to do a once over with my car and prep it for the drive tomorrow. I am gonna be caravanning with my buddy Joel, who has the other blue EF sedan that's gonna be on the trailer. We're both gonna go out there tomorrow, and a bunch of my buddies are gonna be caravanning themselves because they live a little further from me. We're gonna see those guys out there, probably gonna see a lot of you guys out there, and I'm excited. This is gonna be your first drag day for the sedan, and you know what I'm saying, everything's gonna go well. Everything's gonna go well. So we're gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the junkyard run. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around to see the IFO video, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.